For more updates, subscribe to our channel.
Hello everyone, welcome to My Dreams Academy. This is TS ESET examination continuation video. Question number 61. Here equipment and this side bearings. Match the following question. High HP electric machines, table fans, ceiling fan, turbo generation set with vertical shaft, and this side foot step or pivot bearing, thrust type ball bearings, radial type ball bearings, thrust or roller bearings. So which bearings will used in this equipment? Okay, so turbo generator set with vertical shaft, here we use foot step or pivot bearings. Next, ceiling fans, in the ceiling fans we will use radial type ball bearings. Next, in the table fans we will use this one, in the table fans, so we will use radial type ball bearings. In the ceiling fans we will use thrust type ball bearings. And next, high HP electric machines will use thrust or a rolling bearings. And the next question 62, which of the following is best example of load equalization? So for the load equalization we will use Ward-Leonard method. This method, the advantage of this method is we can use below rated speed as well as above rated speed. Okay, and the next question, under peak load condition the flywheel gives a part of kinetic energy. The torque required to be supplied by the motor is, the motor torque is equals to load torque minus flywheel torque. Option A is correct. Okay, so the motor torque which is equals to the load torque minus flywheel torque. So this is the question number 63. For this one option A is correct, for this one option D is correct, and this one option A is correct. So I will repeat this one, that is fourth one A, that is foot step or a pivot bearing. Next, third one ceiling bearing, thrust type ball bearings will use. And next one, that is second one, table fans will use radial type ball bearings. And first one, that is high HP electrical machine, thrust types or roller bearings will use. And the next question, that is 64th question, dash motor is preferred in application where quick reversal of speed. Right. So 64th question, dash motor is preferred in applications where quick reversal of speed is required. Okay, whenever we require quick reversal, the very best method is DC motor. So I will read the options. Option A, synchronous motor. Option B, stepper motor. Option C, that is DC motor. And next, slip ring induction motor. Compared to all the motors, the DC motor will use for a quick reversal. Okay, because it is very simple in construction. And next one, so 65th question, 50 HP 440 volts DC shunt motor is braked by plugging. So which braking we are using here? Plugging. Calculate the value of resistance to be placed in series with the armature circuit to limit the braking current. So the braking current is equals to 150 amperes. Next, armature resistance is 1.3 ohm. So full load armature current 100 amperes. Full load speed 600 rpm. So this is the given data. DC shunt motor circuit diagram. This is RSH and RA, and this one is back EMF, supply voltage. Here the supply voltage is given 440 volts. 440 volts. And the armature current is 100 amperes. RA value is 1.3 ohms. 1.3 into 100, it will give 130. So back EMF, that is 440 minus 130, that is 0, 1, 3. 310 volts. 310 volts. And the next plugging. In the plugging, what do we do? We'll change the terminals of this back EMF like this. This is the minus and this is plus. So this 310 volt and 440 volts, we need to add this to 0, 5, 7. Now the potential difference between these two is 750. We need to maintain the breaking current of 150 ampere. So 750 divided by 150. 0, 0 will get cancelled. 15 ones are 15 fives are. So 5 ohm resistance is required to maintain the 150 ampere of a breaking current. Okay. So option A is correct. 5 ohms. Next 66th question. 66th question. That is, which braking is not possible in DC series motor? So DC series motor, we have a different types of brakings, that is regenerative braking, dynamic braking, rheostat braking and reverse current braking. In this, the regenerative braking is not possible in DC series motor, because in the DC series motor it is not possible. What is not possible? The back EMF never greater than that of terminal voltage. Only the regenerative braking happens whenever the back EMF is greater than that of a terminal voltage. This is not possible in a DC series motor. So in the DC series motor, regenerative braking is not possible. Next question, that is 67th question. 67th question. The average speed of a train is independent of. Okay. So average speed, generally the average speed can be calculated like this, that is total distance traveled by the train divided by total time it takes to travel that distance or that duration. Okay. So in this, if I add stopping time, then this become scheduled speed. Average speed does not contain stopping time, so it is independent of stopping time. So I'll read the options, that is distance between the stops, that is correct. Acceleration and braking retardation, that is also correct. Duration of stop, it is independent of duration of stops. Okay. Now 68th question, this is also from traction. So the typical speed time curve, this is the typical speed time curve. Let's say this is A, B, C, D and E. This is called free running time. Free running time, and this is braking. This is called braking period. Free running period, braking period, and this one is coasting period, and this one is acceleration period. Now the question is, the typical speed time curve of a train running on a main line service is shown in figure. In this, CD represent, what is the meaning of CD? The CD is representing costing period. So option C is correct for this question, costing period. And the next question, the typical values of specific energy consumption mainline services. For a mainline services, the typical energy consumption is 20 to 30 watt hour per ton kilometer. This is for main line services. Now coming to urban line services, it will be around 60 to 70 watt hour ton kilometer. Okay, and last question of this session, that is 70th question. The given data for this one is scheduled speed is given. Scheduled speed. So scheduled speed 30 kmph, kilometer per hour. On level track, if the distance between the stations is 1 kilometer. Next one, stopping time is 20 seconds. Next one, retardation beta is equals to 3 kmph per second. V maximum value, that is maximum speed, is 25% greater than that of average speed. Then calculate the acceleration alpha value. We need to calculate alpha value. Okay, so here the given data is scheduled speed, but we need to calculate average speed. How we can able to calculate average speed? The difference between average speed and scheduled speed is, in the scheduled speed the stopping time also includes. If we neglect that stopping time, then it will give actual speed. Now the scheduled speed can be calculated like this. The scheduled speed is equals to distance by actual time plus stoppage time. Okay, so scheduled speed is 30 kmph and the distance is 1 kilometer divided by actual time plus stopping time. So actual time plus stopping time is equals to what it will give? 1 km divided by 30 kmph, kilometer per hour. So that is 1 by 30 hours. If I wanted to convert this into seconds, so 60 into 60, 0 0 will get cancelled, 3 1s are 3 2s are, it will give 120 seconds. This is actual time plus stopping time. Now I would like to calculate only actual time. So how I can calculate actual time? That is actual time plus stoppage time. The stopping time is 20 seconds already given, so 20, which is equals to 120 seconds. Actual time is equals to 100 seconds. Now I would like to calculate average speed. So average speed can be calculated like this, that is distance by time. So the distance is 1 kilometer divided by time. Actual time is 100 seconds. Now actual speed, we need to calculate actual speed. How I can calculate actual speed? Generally the actual speed in terms of kilometer per hour. So I need to convert this into so hours. How I can able to convert this into hours? If I multiply with 3600, it will convert into hours. 0 0 0 0 will get cancelled. So average speed is equals to 36 kilometer per hour. But the maximum speed is 25% greater than that of actual speed. So multiply with 125 divided by 100. So it will give 25 4s are 25 5s are 4 9s are. It will give 5 into 9, 45 kilometer per hour. Now maximum speed also we have calculated. Now we need to calculate alpha value. How we can able to calculate alpha value? We have one principle, that is Vm square divided by 2, 1 plus alpha plus 1 plus beta, 1 plus alpha plus 1 plus beta minus Vm t plus 3600 into t, which is equals to 0. 3600 into, sorry, this is S, is equals to 0. If you substitute in this, if you substitute alpha value and Vm value and the S value is a speed. If you substitute all the values in this, will get alpha value is equals to 1.8 kilometer per hour per second. The units of acceleration is kilometer per hour per second. Thank you all. For more videos, please do subscribe to My Dreams Academy, and we'll have one app, that is My Dreams Academy app. For any details regarding ECET examination, you download the app from the Google Play Store. Thank you all.